What's up, YouTube? It's NG NeonX, and today I'm into this new state of quarantine we are all being forced to endure. I'm currently at Micro Center, picking up some items, trying to get into different hobbies while I'm out of work, and I'm into tech, and I'm sitting in my car. They have a application where it's a virtual line. You walk up to the store, you scan a QR code, you get on a virtual line, you sit in your car till they send you a text to come inside. Now, that got me thinking more so about what I've been trying to preach to a lot of friends and co-workers. While we are going through this this transitional phase from an old way of life to what will predominantly be a new way of life, you need to think beyond what you were. We're all in a state where we are being forced to reset, to reevaluate what we were doing before and how we can now, given this new time that we have to just think, to just really analyze ourselves. What are we going to do when it's all over? Because as it stands, no one should come out of this equal to what they were. Oh, it's my turn to go inside. See? Voila. I'll be back. They have found a way to upgrade what was old into something new to better serve the public during this time of, crisis. So all this to say that, like this line at Micro Center, we have to evolve beyond what was to be better for what is to come. I've been preaching this to co-workers, friends, family since this all began. And it's how I'm trying to, go about my daily life now. Come out of this better than you went in. When this all began, life was one way. We all had our methodology to doing whatever we were doing. We had certain habits that we routinely did to get through our day. For a lot of us, that has been upended, and we are forced to enter a new way of getting through these days. For many people, this is a blessing and a curse. For me personally, I fall into that category. Due to the virus, I am currently unemployed. My job went out of business, and I'm not quite sure where exactly this is going to take me. As I stand right now, I'm okay. No, there's money in the bank and such. But for now, I'm good. But eventually, I'm going to have to sit down and really think about what comes next. And that is where I say, come out of this better than you went in. If you're in a similar situation, right? Even if you're not, this is the time to reassess, evaluate your life and what you're doing within it. And then, if it's possible, reset to something better. Myself, and I can only use myself. I'm using this forced vacation, as I call it, to try to get into new areas that I might not have been able to put the effort and time towards because my job was as hectic as it was. I easily worked 12-hour days, 5 days a week, and maybe 5 to 6 hour day on a Saturday, and at least once a month, all day on a Sunday. So my time at home with family, with kids, to do my YouTubes and stuff along those lines was very minimum. Now I have that time. Now I can actually put towards more effort to teaching my kids, because even my kids, they're forced to be at home from school. So I have the time to put forth the effort to making their at-home life more tolerable, more entertaining when it comes to the work they must do, because my wife and I, we are now the teachers for the young ones, and we also need to guide our two older ones, because being at home, it does not mean free time. You still need to stay on track with your work and such. When all this is over, all that work you did is going to be evaluated for you to move on to the next phase of your education. But so I'm home, I'm the teacher for my kids along with my wife, but also this time has allowed me to try to learn new skills. I'm currently trying to learn or better myself at editing these YouTube videos. I got myself a little laptop, as if you watch my my videos, you know my old one decided to explode for whatever reason. Got a new one, got some editing software. I'm not very good at it yet. I still use my laptop and my Note 8 and my Fold to do most of my editing, because that's what I've been accustomed to. But there's so many more features on the PC one that I know I do want to learn that to make these videos more professional. For now, as a hobby, but just maybe something could come of that. And that's the kind of thing I am talking about. This type of free time, whether you want it or not, is not likely to ever come again in our lifetime. For all those who can, you should really be trying your best to learn something new during this time. Yes, things are, for a lot of people, it's hard. Because I have read so many articles, seen so many reviews, well, not reviews, but seen so many news posts and such about a lot of the hardships a lot of Americans, and not just Americans, but people around the world are going through. And I'm very fortunate to not fall too deeply into that category. But even if you do, with this time, you should at least try to put a positive spin and learn something new. Because when things return to whatever semblance of normalcy it will eventually return to, you don't want to be in the exact same space you were before it all began. This forced vacation is a reset. A reset that we all did need. It is forcing us to view things in a different light, from a different point of view, because things as they weren't conducive to to keeping ourselves and the planet going in a positive fashion. I have read things, dolphins coming back to certain ports because the boats aren't as active. The pollution in areas visibly clearer as each day goes by due to the lack of human activity in those areas. So the world itself is getting a reset. And so with that, the people within the world should also be getting a reset. You should force yourself to just learn a new skill, learn or try something new, whether you know how to do it or not. Like for me, it's the YouTube and the editing. My brother got me into stocks somewhat. I don't know what I'm doing, but you put a little money in, you read, you try and learn, and maybe something good will come of it. If nothing else, you'll have the experience that is something you did, something you tried, and that's something that cannot be taken away. You attempted something new that maybe, possibly you wouldn't have done before. And this quarantine, this pandemic is allowing for that, whether you want it to or not. It is giving you time, a lot of time, to just think about your next step. When all is said and done, where will you be when this is over? You should not be where you were when it began. That's just my thinking in this whole thing. Be better. You went into this dark tunnel. There's a light at the end of it, but you need to transform yourself. You need to evolve to get to that light, because the being you were going in cannot or should not be the being you are when you come out. But that will not help you. That will not further you as a human being. You know, you need to be better. You should be better. Whether that skill helps you with your finances, just with your family, with your life, something should be done so that you are a better version of you. Just like if all is well, the world will be a better version of itself when things can kind of, like I said, reset to a starting point where we can move forward in a more positive fashion. Yeah, I guess pretty much that's all I had to say about this. If you do watch my YouTube stuff, please leave a like, a comment. I really do enjoy reading those. There are a few in there that have become common, and I do like hearing their feedback and such. Then I know this isn't really anything to do with tech, besides the fact that I'm at Micro Center right now. But I just felt the need to share this. I've been talking about it before, but I realized in my little YouTube community here, I haven't shared it with you. So with that said, this is NG, the Neon X, and this is what I'm into.